Man and beast flew towards them, about to obliterate them with fury and fire. Your scream! Agatha gasped at Sophie. Your witch's scream! Sophie shook her head. That was the old me. Bring the old me back, Agatha begged. 5 seconds, Venus shouted. Sophie bore down, teeth clashed, chest swelling. But then the two girls glimpsed the Japheth swerving around the knights of the 11, the snake rising tall on his horse's back, double fisting his sword, aiming its right at Agatha. The scream seemed to catch in Sophie's throat, as if evil couldn't beat evil. Not this kind, darker than anything inside her own heart. Agatha retreated from the snake in terror, Sophie too late to stop him. Japheth's sword glinted by moonlight as he wasted it over Agatha's head like an ass. Something swooped in front of him. A young boy on a magic carpet, looking clear into Japheth's eyes, then towering to Agatha with the brightest of smiles. Choo-choo, Mama! Merlin swept her hands like a magician as the snake slashed his blade across Agatha, cutting full force into thin air. She was gone. Merlin too. All of Tetra's army was gone, except for a pink little beetle peeping through a vast, empty desert before it set its sights downward and began burrowing into the sand. Once, back in Gothenburg, Agatha had asked her mother what happens to people when they die. The moon at the schoolhouse says our bodies go into the ground, but our souls go up into the sky, where we reunite with our friends. But Sophie says that's nonsense and the dead have no friends. Carlos had continued to steal her frog-skin soap. Lovely girl, that's Sophie. So when Agatha spun from the snake, waiting for the ping of steel and the shock of her heart flying off her body, but instead opened her eyes to find herself reunited with all her friends on a cloud in a strange colored sky, she immediately looked at Sophie. Merlin, sweetie, Sophie wept. What did you do? The little wizard giggled from atop his magic carpet, breezing through a night full of silver stars, 2-dimensional and 5-pointed, as if he had drawn them himself. They were in the celestium, Agatha realized it. Tetros must have told Merlin to hide them here, to wait until the horses were close to whisk Agatha and her friends to safety, the same way Merlin had brought her here to help with first tests. Only the celestium was different now, Agatha realized it. Instead of the pure, meditative sky she was used to, it was a hodgepodge of purple shades like a poorly made quilt filled with fast-moving clouds, comets, and constellations of fantastic shapes, dragons and castles and goblins and ships. As if instead of a wizard's place to think, it had become a wizard's place to play. Together, they had been transported inside Merlin's imagination, a 6-year-old's hectic dreamscape mirrored by the dreamer himself, whizzing around on his magic carpet, gibbering incantations, whereby newcomers and clowns burst into being, streaking past his startled guests. Merlin, come down at once, Sophie demanded. Nice wind, you too. Faster, choo-choo, faster, Merlin tooted, buzzing his carpets around so wildly it blew the fowls off Hester's and Annabelle's heads. Merlin, Sophie shouted. Noster Mama, Merlin heckled, all the clouds morphing into bout watered Sophie's competes with witches' hands. Agatha shook a spell, tying Nice Wind's tassels, sending it crashing to the cloud. Merlin looked at her grumpily. T.T. said I could have playtime once I finished the big job. T promised. You can have all the playtime you want after you explain a few things, said Agatha. Petrus told you to bring us here. Wait till horses and bring Mama and friends to Secret's place. That's what T said. Merlin nodded, subtly untying his carpet tassels. Then have playtime with Choo-Choo and stay in Secret's place until... His voice trailed off. Until... Agatha asked. Until when? Merlin, Sophie tag-teamed. Stay in the Secret's place until when? Merlin chilled on his lip, and Agatha realized that he didn't have the answer because he didn't know the answer. Until we can't stay no more, Merlin gasped. How long is that? Said Hotz, popping out of a cloud, back to his pale, whistly body, his waist wrapped in stunny white fluff. He rubbed it as he scalded White's hand. How long until we can't stay no more? But the young wizard was back in the air, Nice Wind unfettered and taking him higher and higher, Merlin's hoots echoing through his perfect galaxy. Petrus warned me once that we couldn't stay here long, Agatha remembered. Back when we were looking for spots to hide from Waffle, he said the air was too thin. Eventually, we lost our breath and he forced it back down. We're alive for now. That's what matters, the Queen of George Jolie sighed, sitting gingerly on a cloud. The plan is only half done, said Dinge Beard, settling beside her. We'll have work to do once Tatus and Guinevere return if we're to defeat the snake for good. What work? Agatha asked, trying to suss out of the rest of the plan.